The Adventures of Homer Odyssey seems to blend the Odyssey by Homer and the Adventure of Odysseus by Charles Lamb. Both tell the journey of Odysseus, but one is an ancient Greek epic, while the other is a retelling for younger readers. The Odyssey and the Iliad are ancient Greek stories by Homer. Odyssey is about a man named Odysseus trying to go home after a big war. He meets gods, monsters, and faces challenges. Charles Lamb made a version of the Odyssey for kids to understand. It's a fun way for young readers to learn about old stories. Homer is a mysterious figure from ancient times. He might have lived in Greece around 8th century BCE. Charles Lamb, on the other hand, was a real person who lived in England from 1775 to 1834. He wrote essays and made stories easier for kids to understand, like his version of The Adventures of Ulysses. Here are the key characters and their characterization. Odysseus, who is brave and smart, he is the protagonist of the story. Penelope is a loyal and clever wife of Odysseus. Telemachus is their son, grows up during the story. Athena is a helpful goddess who is Odysseus' friend. Poseidon, a sea god who doesn't like Odysseus. Circe, who turns Odysseus' men into pigs. Calypso, who keeps Odysseus on her island. All of these characters make the story exciting and interesting. Homer's style in the Odyssey has epic poetry. It's written in a fancy, poetic style. Oral tradition. Homer probably told the story out loud before writing it down. Homeric similes. He uses big comparisons to describe things. Narrative structure. The story jumps around a lot, telling different parts at different times. And the characterization. Characters are well developed, showing their thoughts and feelings. Homer's style makes the Odyssey poetic, complex, and timeless. The title The Odyssey means journey and adventure. It's about a big journey with lots of challenges. Homecoming. It's also about coming back home after a long time. And exploration of themes. The title shows it's about big ideas like bravery and faith. Homer's style in the Odyssey has epic poetry. It's written in a fancy, poetic style. Oral tradition. Homer probably told the story out loud before writing it down. Homeric similes. He uses big comparisons to describe things. Narrative structure. The story jumps around a lot, telling different parts at different times. And the characterization. Characters are well developed, showing their thoughts and feelings. The title The Odyssey means journey and adventure. It's about a big journey with lots of challenges. Homecoming. It's also about coming back home after a long time. And exploration of themes. The title shows it's about big ideas like bravery and faith. The title The Odyssey is important because of the legacy of ancient Greece. It's a big part of ancient Greek culture. The literary canon. It's one of the best books ever written. The exploration of human experience. It talks about important things like bravery and finding yourself, and influence on art and media. It's inspired lots of movies, books, and art. The Odyssey is essential reading for anyone interested in Western literature because it's a fundamental piece filled with timeless themes such as heroism, determination, and the quest for understanding. Its influence on numerous stories and its valuable lessons about human behavior and morality make it a must-read for those seeking cultural enrichment and personal development. And now let's proceed to the epic poem, the Aeneid. The Aeneid is an epic poem written by the ancient Roman poet Virgil, also known as Publius Vergilius Maro. Virgil wrote the poem between 29 and 19 BCE during the time of Emperor Augustus as a commissioned work to honor Rome and its imperial aspiration. The story follows the hero Aeneas as he escapes the destruction of Troy and begins a journey that eventually leads to the establishment of Rome. Inspired by Homer's epics, the Iliad and the Odyssey, Virgil's Aeneid stands as one of ancient Rome's greatest literary achievements and a key text in Western literature. The Aeneid by Virgil was written in a time when Rome was changing under Emperor Augustus. Augustus had just won a series of wars and became the first emperor, bringing peace to Rome. Virgil wrote the Aeneid because Augustus asked him to. It was meant to make Augustus look good and show how great Rome was. Virgil used stories from ancient times, like those of Aeneas, to connect Augustus to Rome's heroic past. Virgil was inspired by Homer's stories, but he wanted to focus more on Rome's greatness as a whole rather than just individual heroes. The Aeneid became a big deal in Rome, telling the story of how Rome started and how it was destined to rule the world. Venus, Aeneas' mom who helps him on his journey. Jupiter, the big boss god who watches over everything. Turnus, a tough fighter who doesn't like Aeneas. Anchises, Aeneas' dad who gives him advice. Everyone should be familiar with the Aeneid because it's a timeless story that explores important themes, shapes literature, teaches morals, gives us a glimpse into history, and helps us grow intellectually.